How are you? I'm good. How about that? Oh, okay. Like I would normally do.
So it's a good thing I muted my conversation then, huh? With my boyfriend.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. This looks weird to me. Okay, but I still look like a floating head. Maybe that's okay.
That's better than the mess behind me, so.
Yep.
We got all sorts of stuff going on back there. So you went to a sushi place in Pompano?
Oh, sorry, the audience couldn't hear me. Hi. I did. I went to a oh gosh, you can make me Sushi by Bao. Sushi by Bao.
It looked fancy.
It was pretty fancy.
Pretty fancy.
It was pretty fancy. It was nice. I had a good time. Haven't really been out like that since. So, and I was out with my friends too. Some good friends I haven't seen in a while. So, Doug,
weird,
Grant. Right? Shout out to Doug and Grant. It is it's
weird.
It wasn't so weird. It was nice. I know. I wish I could say it was weird, but it wasn't. It was nice. Speaking of weird,
Eric.
Hey, buddy. Hey, Eric. Hey, Greg.
What's up, crew? How are you?
What's going on? Thanks for being here, guys, on the last Monday night drop-in for a little while. Just a little while. It's going to go by so fast. Cool. Everybody good? What did we, anyone else have anything they want to share? Did they happen to go out in the world? Did they do anything?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But that was the weekend before you saw me, the last Improv. I actually went to a convention in West Palm, and it was strange, and we all had masks on though. But it was good.
Yeah, it's interesting how this is playing out, because I went and I did a team building workshop with a group, and I came in fully prepared to take my mask off, but not everyone in the group, was comfortable with that. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, keeping it on, like that sort of thing, and that's fine. Like it's just like we're still kind of navigating. Like I don't mind keeping it on. I don't mind. I'll wear it. until we're all comfortable. It's just one of those things. And then some people are like, "Oh yeah, I'm good." Okay, and then we're good. So it's like this kind of on-off.
Yeah, I just sold the television, and somebody came into my house, and I'm just, we're both. She's like, "Oh wait, let me get my mask." And then once we establish we're both vaccinated, I'm like, "Okay."
Right. It's just like a quick little conversation we're having, but we're getting through it. We're getting there. All right. Well, hey everybody, welcome. Let's jump into it. Let's do this thing. It's 8:03. We got a nice little group. So I'll just go through my little opening speech here. If you're watching us on the stream, welcome. Thank you for watching. If you want to participate in this class, you got 54 minutes left, and then we will be done for the summer, and then we'll be back after that, either in person or online. We might keep the online classes. Not sure yet, but we'll get to that. We'll find out. So my name is Anthony Francis. I'm the artistic director and founder of Improv U here in Delray Beach, Florida. I'm an improv teacher and performer, and I do improv workshops for companies and nonprofits. And in this class, we like to focus on agreement, support, and any exercise that's going to help us just be better improvisers. We're going to do warm-ups and group exercises in this room and other exercises in the breakout rooms with either 2 or 3 players at a time, depending. And I'll explain and demonstrate everything in here. And then if you have any questions, ask them here, and then I'll send you off into your room. Please keep your mic muted in this room unless you're asking a question. And if you are just here to watch, remember, you will have a better time. You can also watch this on our YouTube, our Twitch, our Facebook page, and my own personal Facebook page, if we're friends. So check us out there. But if you're here, then you are going to be taking class. All right, Eric? Okay. No. My expectations are please be kind and respectful to each other as we work and play and have fun. Please do not remove any of your real clothing. And please turn off your camera and mute your microphone if you have to do anything private. It's 2021, Zoom Improv. So those are the rules. And let's do some warm-ups. Let's just do a quick warm-up of... let's do some rock, paper, scissors battle. I haven't done this one in a while. We'll do some rock, paper, scissors. I'm bringing Flo into the room, so let's give Flo a second to hop in.
Anthony,
Yes, Beverly?
I don't know how to play that game.
Don't know rock, paper, scissors. Okay, well, we'll go through it. Hey, Flo.
I know one is stronger than the other, and one scissors cut paper and rock. I don't know.
Okay, I'll go through it. First, we're going to do it. This is rock. Let's all do rock. All right. This is paper. And this is scissors. Okay. Rock beats scissors. Scissors beats paper. Paper beats rock. Let's do it one more time. Rock beats scissors. Scissors beats paper. Paper beats rock. Okay? We got it? Here's the good thing about this. If you know the rules, great. You'll know when you're winning and losing. If you forgot, then you won't know when you're winning or losing, but that's okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to just find someone on the screen that is going to be our opponent. They don't know they're our opponent. We're just playing against them. They might be playing against us, or they might be playing against somebody else. Okay? We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to pick one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I beat my opponent. I get a point. Okay? Beverly, you picked. It looked like you went like this.
Yeah, I did.
Or maybe you tried to do vampire. It doesn't count. We're not playing rock, paper, scissors, vampire. So rock. Okay. You did this. Okay, this. And your opponent had what?
I didn't.
You just looked at yourself, didn't you?
I just did it myself.
Beverly. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, Beverly, what did your opponent have?
Paper.
Show me. They went like this? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you had scissors and they had paper. If you had to fight, if those two had to fight, what do you think would win?
Scissors.
Okay, so you won. You get a point.
Oh, okay.
Very nice. Right. You got it? You got it? Mm-hmm. All right. Any other questions on how to play? No? All right, let's do a quick round of a round of 5. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, try to remember if you won or lost, or if you tied, that's okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Tied, okay. Sharpen your scissors, Eric. Your scissors. You get the blunt. You have the construction paper scissors, right? The kindergarten scissors. Give me those. I want to see those adult scissors. Okay. That's my new improv team name, Adult Scissors. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, tied again. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, and I'm losing. And one more. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ah, I won that one. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so now we're going to do elimination round. You are going to, if you lose this round, and only you know if you lose, you have to turn off your camera. There can only be one winner. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Get ready. Get in that. This is a good position, right? Like this, hands up. Okay, very good. Eric, getting the fingers limbered up. Good, good. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ah. Okay. Turn off your camera if you lost. Oh, here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay. Reset. Rock, paper. Oh, sudden death. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ah, it's too intense. It's too intense. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ah, right. We have a winner. Eric is our winner. Very nice job. Very nice. Okay. Nice little warm up for everybody. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yes, yeah. It's tough. It's tough being the champion. Okay. All right. So today we are going to let's do this. We'll open up our microphones. And we'll do a little name and history, and we'll go around the room and we'll do this. Name and history is just a really fun, quick, easy way to get to know people. You're going to say your name, and you're going to give a little history on how you got your name. So, for example, my name is Anthony Francis, as you know me, but my full name is Anthony Francis Kataya III. It's a lot to say. Kataya is a little bit tricky to spell and to get out, so I just chopped it all off. I just go by Anthony Francis. And the reason why I'm the third is because in my family, the tradition is, in an Italian family, that you're named after the father, and I was named after my father's, and my father was named after his father. So hence I'm the third one in a line of Anthony Francis Kataya's. And that's my background. All right? So a little name and a little history, how you got your name. Okay? Cheryl, why don't you go first or next?
Not that exciting. My name is Cheryl Lynn Wilk, and Cheryl comes from my Uncle Sam, I believe. My Jewish name is Sharon Abigail, so I named after Sam, and I believe there was an Abraham in there somewhere. And Wilk means wolf. That's all I know. That's all I got.
Okay.
Greg.
Nice.
Pass to you.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no correlation with my name. Gregory Miles Praver. Miles is actually, my great grandfather's Hebrew name is the equivalent of Miles, which is Moshe, and that's my Hebrew name too. But Greg has nothing to do with anything in the family, and my last name actually, in Poland, was Pravda, which is the vodka company.
Oh.
Okay.
But,
Very nice.
Praver is, that was just the first English first group of relatives when they moved to New York. That was the English name of Pravda.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. I'll kick it off to somebody else. Yeah.
Okay, Beverly.
Okay, so I'm Beverly Blanchette. Beverly is Beverly because my mother wanted to call me Celeste, so my nickname would be Silly. But I'm serious. But my dad didn't like that, so I became Beverly. And when I was a little girl, everyone called me Bevy, but I hated it because when they introduced me, people would go, Betty, Debbie, Betsy, and I'd have to say, no, Bevy. So I just hated that and then insisted on being Bev from then on. So it was Beverly Beckman. I met my ex-husband at FSU School of Theater. And before I actually met him, I saw his name on the call board in the theater department, Edward Blanchett. And I thought, Beverly Blanchett, that's a really good stage name. I need to marry him. And I did.
All right.
That's it. There's more, but it's a very long story.
Right. Okay.
Eric.
Sure. So my name is Eric, middle name redacted Camacho. I was originally going to be named after my parents' pet turtle when they were kids, but they decided that's not really a great name, Harvey. So they decided to take a page out of like a Good Housekeeping magazine of like the top boys and girls names, and they took a dart and they threw it, and it landed on my name. So, you know, the scientific method of naming your children.
Fate. They put it in the hands of fate.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And who's we just have Flo left,
let's go Flo.
Okay. So I was born Fagala Weiss. Zipporah was my Hebrew name. So I was born a white bird. Fagala is bird. And then I got adopted, and my name changed from Weiss to Silverne, so I became a silver bird. When I was young, my nickname was Flossie. And then when I got married, my last name was Rossoff, so I became a red bird. So I went from white, silver to red. And I call myself Flo. And that's the name that really is my soulful name.
Oh, that's wonderful. Mm-hmm. Look at that. So many different ways that we've all been named, our little backgrounds. Mm-hmm. Excellent. I didn't miss anybody, right? There's not that many of us, but you never know. Okay, got everybody. Cool. And Eric, can I call you Harvey? Just for fun? No.
Sure. It's your show. Whatever you want to do.
No, it's a class, and I will respect my students. All right. So let's do this. Let's jump into some exercises. But no, I don't want to do exercises yet. I want to do some line games. Let's work on some line games because I know this crew a little bit. So we'll do some line games. The line games that I have liked recently is the new one. I started a business selling blank. So we will get an object, and the way that this line game works is we take that object that we got. So knives, maybe, for example. I started a business selling knives, and then you say, there's a call and response, but we're not going to do that part. We'll just say, I started a business selling knives, and I've really undercut the competition. Something like that. Something hilarious like that. Something really just amazing. Settle down, everybody. Okay. I started selling knives, and I feel like I finally got a handle on things. Okay. All right. A little bit better. Like I said, I'm doing this to set the bar low, and you'll bring it up. But that's just an example. We're not going to use knives. Let's go with something else. So, and what I want you to, I had one for knives. Well, let's do this. We're going to just do this as a quick run through. So we'll try it. So, just to give you an idea, let's start with knives. Okay. So raise your hand if you've got one for knives. Oh, Cheryl.
I started a business selling knives, and it's really cutthroat.
Ah, very good. Now remember, with line games, we all have a job to do, right? When someone says a punchline, we explode. Oh! Right? Just something like that, right? Because we're just there to that's just part of it. And to support, right? We want to support everyone's jokes because, one, they're not going to be great. They're not all going to be great. And that's okay because that's part of it. And then the other thing, too, is when you deliver it with confidence. And the last part is after someone does their joke and we go, oh, you raise your hand immediately because it's as if you have one, right? Now, you might get called on and you don't have one. And that's when the improv begins and you really get to build one on the fly. So don't worry about trying to come up with one. That will happen or it won't. The important thing is we're working that muscle as improvisers. All right. Let me just check on our good friend Mike Lewis. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Let's just practice it, and we'll use water bottle. Ready? Go. Raise your hands. Great. Beverly.
I started a business with knives because
Oh,
I just
selling
wanted
water
to take a
bottles. I said
stab
I'm
at
changing it. I'm
I
changing
know.
it.
I know.
I'm changing it to water bottles.
I know.
You do?
I was just doing a throwback.
You do? No, don't do throwbacks yet. I want you to work on the one we're working on. I'm changing it on you because I don't want you to fall back on the one you already have preloaded. I want you to be ready to go, right? This is a fall on your sword kind of moment. It's like I'm ready to go at any time. I have something, whether I have something or not, right? That's our skill as improvisers. Cool. So this game, as fun as it is, and I know I'm sucking the fun right out of the game and making it a lesson, but this is what's going to make you a solid improviser, the ability to do this, right? Because this is what's fun. Audiences are afraid to do this, which means they won't get on stage and do it, which makes you a cut above the rest, right? So I'm going to give you a new word,
Knives.
and then we're going to go. Ready? Okay, new word is sunglasses. Good. Oh, Eric.
Yes, I started the business selling sunglasses, and we were throwing shade on the competition.
Oh.
Ah. Very nice, very nice, right? So it's impressive in two ways. One, he got through something. He got us something, right? And he did it fast. And look how fast it looks like, right? That how fast he thought, right? It's all risk taking, because as you start to talk about it, you start to build it out. Okay, everyone's up, got their hands up. Now, because Eric fell on the sword, you've all had a couple of seconds, right? Eric had what, 1 second? Look at all the seconds you have now. Your brain can think, right? Okay, so Eric fell on the sword. A really, really helpful thing to do as an improviser, team player move. Okay, raising your hands. Cheryl.
Started a business selling sunglasses, and we mirrored the competition.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Very good. Raising our hands. Good, everyone raise their hands. Greg.
So I bought these sunglasses at the store, but my son didn't have glasses.
So he's changing it up. That's allowed.
Right.
He's changing it up. Okay, our hands are up because we have something, right? Every time. Flo?
I don't have anything.
Okay, good. You're going to do it anyway.
Okay.
I once
Okay.
started a business selling sunglasses.
I once started a business selling sunglasses, and then the night came.
Yes.
Oh.
There you go.
Don't.
Nice.
That's really good. Like that's don't sell yourself short. You might in your mind you might be like that's not great, but to us we're not thinking in the same direction that you're
Right.
thinking. I can't
Right.
tell you how many times that's happened where I do something in an improv show and it gets a huge laugh or is a huge reaction. I'm like, I don't understand why that's funny, but
Right.
okay. Like I don't know. Like I'm lost or maybe I thought it was nothing, but apparently it's really
Right.
really big deal to other people. Don't sell, don't discount that. Go for it. You just go for it.
Okay.
Cool. Beverly.
I started business selling sunglasses in a rose garden because I wanted to see everything through rose-colored glasses.
Ah,
Yeah.
very nice. Yes.
Very nice,
Yes.
very nice.
So remember, this game is not. It's not about everyone coming up with zingers. It's about working as a group. I see it as like Roman soldiers, right? It's like one Roman soldier is fine, but like 10 of them, there's a lot going on there, right? Everyone's doing a part. They're all holding a shield at a different angle. You can't get a shot in. Like that's kind of what this is. Like everyone's supporting each other. Like at the end, no matter what the punchline is, it's always like, oh, right. From a performance standpoint, it looks really good, but also from an improviser muscle, you're working that muscle. You had Eric at the beginning fall on the sword right away, giving us all time to think of something for sunglasses, right? You've got Flo, who didn't have anything, was really nervous about it, but just pushed through anyway. Turned out to be better than Flo expected, better than we all expected, right? So stuff like that. That's what we're working on. It has nothing to do with the jokes. The jokes will come, you know? Mike Lewis. All right, you still connecting? So, any questions on that? Hello. I'm going to unmute you, sir, because we're doing a group thing. Hey. Nope.
Nope.
Just unmute. Just unmute your mic. Let's hear those golden tones. All right.
Alt-A.
Here he is.
Yeah.
All right. Is that working?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So we're doing line games, Mike. And we're doing, we just did, I started a business, but we're going to switch it. I'm going to go back to 185 just to keep it simple so we can work on the game a little bit and work on the technique of this. Cool? So,
Yep.
Mike, remember, when we come back and it's time to do another line game, you're going to raise your hand and I'm going to call on you. Okay? Every time, whether you have something or not, raise your hand and be ready to go.
Okay.
It looks so good too, because remember, I can only call on one of you. So the more of you there are, the less of the chance there is I'm going to call on you. But then to an audience, they see it and they go, oh, anyone on the team has, anyone in this cast has something at any time, right? And they only remember the good ones. They don't remember the bad ones because we move on too quick from the bad ones, right? So it's a little bit of like the inner workings of how this game works. I know that's like inside baseball performance stuff, but a lot of you are performers. And look, it's coming to be the time where we get out of this and we get back out on that stage. You're going to need to know these things because we're doing it, right? From my lips to God's ears. Okay. So here we go. 185, and we're going to get an object, and that object is going to be something that I used today. Let's say that's kind of too simple. I want to give you something more complicated.
Stapler?
Oh, stapler's good. I was gonna say roads. I want to try where this goes. Okay, so they're chopping up the road outside. They're repaving it, I think. I don't know what they're doing. It sounded like a tank driving by. It's this weird machine, but they're chopping up the road. So roads. So 185 roads walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "I'm not serving 185 roads." And the 185 roads say, "Why not?" And the bartender says, "Because every time you come in here, you get speed bumpy."
Nice.
Boom!
Okay.
Now, I didn't have anything for roads. Didn't stop me because what am I doing? I'm buying you time, right? Okay, everyone's got their hands up. 185 roads. Greg.
185 roads. My last name is Rhodes.
Yay!
Okay, all right, yes. Okay, hands up. Beverly.
185 roads walk into the bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve roads here." And the roads say, "Why not?" And the bartender says, "Because you never toe the line."
No,
Hey!
never to the line. Oh, Eric.
All right.
185 roads walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Excuse me, we don't serve roads here." And the roads say, "Why not?" Is it because you're a bunch of asphalt?
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
that's good.
oh.
Nice.
Yep.
185 roads. Mike Lewis.
185 roads walk into a bar. The bartender says, "I can't serve 185 roads." And the roads say, "Why not?" And the bartender says, "Because you have too much gravel."
Oh,
No.
too much gravel. All right. Flo, 185 roads.
Yeah, 185 rows walk into the bar, and the bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve scholars around here."
Oh, roads
Yeah.
scholars. Very nice, very nice.
Yes, roads.
Very good.
Very nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Cheryl.
185 roads walk into a bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve 185 roads here." And the 185 roads say, "Why not?" And the bartender says, "We only serve streetwalkers."
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
185 roads walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "I'm not serving 185 roads." And the 185 roads say, "Why not?" And the bartender says, "I've served so many roads today. I'm tired." All right. Let's do one more. 185 guitar picks. 185 guitar picks. Raise your hand. Beverly.
185 guitar picks walk into the bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve guitar picks here." The guitar picks say, "Why not?" And he says, "Because you're always too picky."
No. Very good. Very good. Cheryl.
185 guitar picks walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve 185 guitar picks." The guitar picks say, "Why not?" And the bartender says, "Because you're too high strung."
Ooh. Very good. Very good. Flo.
Yeah, 185 guitar picks. I went to the bar and the bartender wouldn't serve me. He said 185 guitar picks. I'm not going to serve you. They said, why? Because I don't know. We just can't tune in together.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. You took mine. I was going to do something with tune. Eric.
185 guitar picks walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Excuse me, fellas, we can't serve you here." The guitar picks say, "Why not?" I said, "Because we have a note here that says you're off key."
Oh, a note, but also a note, but a note like music. Greg.
Very good.
185 guitar picks walk into a bar. The bartender says to the guitar picks, "We can't serve you here." And we said, "We can serve you some music tonight."
Oh, so the music. All right. And last but not least, who hasn't gone yet, guitar picks, Mike Lewis.
Yes. 185 guitar picks go into a bar. And the bartender says, "You'll have to leave. We don't serve guitar picks here." And the guitar picks say, "Why not?" And the bartender says, "Because you're loaded with strings."
Oh, loaded with strings. Very nice. Very nice. All right.
Hey,
So
can I take everybody's picture? Funny face.
Now,
Yes. Yes.
is everyone okay with their picture being taken?
Okay.
If you are not,
Sure.
you can say so. I mean, I appreciate
Is this live
but
streamed? Because
it is
I'm
live
sure we have a
streamed, so
choice.
technically there's pictures,
Yeah.
but we can do that now, of course, for you, Beverly. Yes.
Thanks.
Hello. Yes.
I
You
wasn't
did
late.
it already. Great.
I did already. Yeah. I'm sure I got that very good look.
All right. So that's a little bit line games, just to give you an idea. Remember, with any line game you do, it doesn't matter. The technique is the same. It's jump out and do it right away. Be ready to go right away. Now we're raising our hands because we're on Zoom, but if this was in a show on stage, a live performance, I would ask that you try to run up to the microphone as quickly as possible, or try to run up to the center of the stage, right? Get down right in front of the stage as quickly as possible and fight your fellow castmates to do it, because it looks like you have something, right? And then if you don't win, you go, right? Even though you didn't have anything, but that's not the point, right? The point is to just constantly be brave enough to step out and do that and say something and try to do it. Because if you bomb, then you bomb. Fine. Bomb. Because that's the strength we have as improvisers, is that, remember, just like in a scene or anything else, the space needs to be filled. It's not that we're good at creating content. It's that we're good at editing things and moving on to the next thing by jumping out and saying, I'm starting a new thing. Or we're getting rid of the old thing, or we're moving on to the next thing, right? That's what really gives us that power. It's the hardest thing to do. How many scenes have lingered too long because everyone else was afraid to start the next thing because we didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a good exercise for that.
Good
If you can push through that. I don't know what to do next. I don't have a pun for this. I don't know anything about these things. Okay, I'm just going to come up with a really bad one, and I'm just going to do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Get it over with, right? Cool. All right, let's do this. Let me see. I want to do another short form game with you that I think might be fun. Let's see. We did some short form games. Now, you know what? It's 8:30. Let's jump into some scenes. That's why we're here. 2, 3. Let's do that. That's there. Dare to be bad. Yes, that's right, Flo. I agree. That's the way to do it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be bad. That's why people don't do stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
well, I
good
just
point.
ruined. I just made. Hold on. Let me fix this. Here we go. Okay, I fixed it. I did it. Do we have 1, 2, 3? Okay. All right. So I'm going to put you in a room, and I want you. These are just going to be some warm up scenes. I just want you to pick a location. somewhere small, somewhere specific. That's your location setup. Too many times people say, let's start with a location and we get Alaska. Alaska's a big place, and it's good to narrow it down. So when you think of locations, I want you to think, in a closet, the storage room of a Bed Bath and Beyond, the break room at a cracker factory, like whatever. But just kind of narrow it down and give something a little more specific. That's my challenge to you: is think of and pull from places in your real life. If you're not sure where to go. So that's it. And then you're just going to do some 2-person scenes. I've got one room with 3 people. What? I thought we had an even number of people.
We do.
What's going on here?
Joseph. Where's Joseph? We have a Joseph.
Oh, Joseph.
He's an observer.
Oh, Joseph is observing. Okay, that's fine. All right. So then I will you
let Joseph.
That's fine. If Joseph ends up popping on, then you'll just incorporate him. One of you will have him in your room. But just have those 2-person scenes, and then if you do have Joseph or a third person, just rotate with each other. I'll keep you in there for about 7 minutes. Just do some scenes, just warm ups. Don't worry about anything else. Just pick a location and go. All right? Off you go. Off you go.
Hey, no one was in my room. Okay, gotcha. Okay, let's do it. Blockbuster. The last Blockbuster that before it closed.
The last Blockbuster.
The final Blockbuster that was open before they closed. Before
Okay,
the
all right.
franchise closed.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Man.
It's so sad.
Josh, I don't know. Like, I'm going through the motions, man. I'm going to cry.
I'm picking up my final DVD to watch with my parents, and every Friday night, I wish you came with us. You're my roommate, and it would have been nice for you to meet my family, but my mom and dad loved watching Bambi. Every Friday night.
God, I remember that. I remember when you first rented that movie, and now it's like it's never going to happen again.
Though, I'm really happy it happened. It's better to have a great memory than to not experience it at all, Matthew. Did you I know how much you like Blockbuster too, Matthew. Do you have any stories you want to share?
Wow, gosh, thank you. God, Josh, I feel like the first time I walked in these doors, I'll never forget the smell. Like popcorn and like that plasticky smell. I'll never forget it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that definitely is something I'll remember too. And I liked being able to pick up video games from here. It was in and out. It was so fast and easy.
You remember when we rented that Sega Genesis?
I do.
Fatal Fury for days.
We pulled all-nighters doing that.
I'm going to miss this place.
Yeah. And, can you take a picture of me as I check out for the last time just so I can show my family how much this means to me?
Oh, I'd be more than happy to. Yep. Those are the tears. Those are the tears. All right, scene. Scene. That's too real. It's too real, Greg.
Yeah, right.
Awesome. Mike, Are you here,
Yes.
my friend? All right, cool. I know you were having
I'm trying to hear you.
trouble loading in.
Yes, indeed.
You're good?
Yes, you guys look good. Let's see if I can hear you, or you can hear me.
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay.
Coming
good.
in 5
All
by
right.
5.
Right.
All right, cool. I'll let you guys have your do some scenes, and I will see you back in about we'll do like 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
All right. Okay, everybody.
I'm thoroughly going to be sick now.
Oh, no. Oh, do you have a scene with Eric?
Yes.
So sorry.
Thank you. Should be.
All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put you right back in to some rooms here. But I'm going to do this. I want to do something a little different. I'm going to give you a challenge. And I keep opening the wrong.
As long as it has nothing to do with candy, Anthony, we're good.
No candy. Well, who's to say, though, to be honest? Here we go. Okay. So there's a couple of personal challenges that can help us in our scenes. And this is something that you can do anytime you're... oh, it looks like we lost Mike. His connection seemed kind of weak. All right. Oh, here he comes. Okay, so there's a couple of challenges that I like to give to students, and challenges is really the way that I like to work. So to give you a little quick insight into being an improv teacher, or the way at least I like to do it, is I like to give challenges. I learned this from Asaf Ronan, who's a really great improv teacher. He wrote a book called Directing Improv, and that's a book that you can get somewhere. Don't buy it for it's on sale for like $300 or something. Don't buy that one. He's like, I don't know why that's there, but it's a normal book. It should be like $11 or something. But anyway, he does challenges. So, and that's where I picked this up from, because the best way for us to learn how to get better is by giving ourselves something specific to do in our improv scenes. It's going to help us get better. And if you're weak in a certain area, and you can do this yourself, you can diagnose yourself and say, well, where am I weak in my improv? Record your improv. Go set up a camera in the back before you do your shows. Or very easily go back to the stream if you did a show online and rewatch yourself. As painful as that might be, or as difficult as that might be to face, it's going to make you a better improviser. So anyway, I'm going to give you a challenge to do, and I'm going to let you pick your own challenge. I'm going to read some off, and as I read them, you can say, "Oh, I like that one. I'm going to do that one." I want you to change your pitch. Okay, in your voice, you're going to change the pitch of your voice every time that you, not every time you speak, but just when you come out in the scene. That's going to be the first. When you speak, the pitch of your voice is going to be different. So it might be down here. Right, I'm changing the pitch. I'm changing the pitch of my voice. I'm changing the pitch. Nothing too painful. Don't hurt yourself. But change the pitch of your voice is one. I want you to play another challenge is play the opposite of your go-to character. So you may have a character that you feel is a go-to character for you. I know what mine is. It's this guy. In my mind, I feel like, hey, if I'm this guy, this is my go-to guy. I feel like he's like really, or anyone who's like posh and clean and business-like, I feel like is something I go to regularly. So that's a thing. So what's the opposite of that? Grungy, dirty, lazy kind of guy, right? So that's what I would do for that. If that's the one you decide to choose, pick the opposite of your go-to character. Another challenge is freeze your body in a position. Just pick a position and just freeze your body in that position. You can move your head, you can talk, and the scene isn't about you being frozen, but this is the challenge that you're giving yourself, is that this character has chosen to be in this position. We might discover why, we might not, but just pick a position. Another position could be like this, and they never move. So that's a frozen body position. That's a challenge you can give yourself in your improv scene. Do a bad celebrity impersonation. Do a bad one. Find a celebrity and pick one out of your head and do it. I won't tell you who I'm about to do, but it's a good challenge. But just give yourself a bad impression and just do it really badly. And now you're a completely different character. Okay? Some of you might say, great, John Lovitz. Others of you might say, never do that again. But the point is this. It doesn't matter. The scene isn't about the impression. The scene is just do an impression of a bad impression because it creates a different character. And no one's going to know you're doing a bad impression of somebody else because, one, it's bad. And two, it's your own context. So you're going to be in the context of yourself. So it's going to come off with your own flavor anyway. So that's another one. And another great challenge too, give yourself one word at a time. Just one word during every scene. You only respond with one word, right? I can't believe you're going to go camping and you're not going to bring a tent. That's right. Like, just put that challenge on yourself. Some of these are impossible to do. Never let go of your scene partner. I don't know if we'll ever touch again. We'll see what happens. One word at a time is a good challenge. One sentence at a time is a good challenge. Stay 6 inches from your scene partner at all times. Play yourself. The last one I'll give you is play yourself as real as possible. Okay, if any of these kind of spoke to you, go ahead and pick that. If none of them spoke to you, pick one, and I want you to work on that in this next scene you're going to do with your next scene partner. Okay, and we'll talk about it after, because I want to see if you have any challenges you might give to yourself, and I'll explain how to diagnose these challenges and how to kind of do it, how to pick a challenge that works for you when we're done. Okay? All right. Cool. Any questions? Nope. We're good? All right, here we go. Hi.
I was afraid I was gonna be by myself.
No, you have Mike, and his
His thing's not working.
his thing's going super low, so it's taking him a while to log in, so I'm
Okay.
I'm filling in the meantime, so
Okay.
you're not just sitting here waiting. All right, so let's pick a challenge.
I got mine figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Then I have my challenge picked. Here we go.
Hi.
I'm so glad they cleaned the tank.
Good.
Gosh, I've been so sticky and grimy, and I just feel so clean now. The tank is clean. I feel clean.
Sweet.
You know. So you didn't want to come over for dinner last night? I was in the castle. I was waiting for you.
Sorry.
It's all right. I get it.
Tomorrow?
I mean, look, I don't want to put you in a situation that you don't feel comfortable in. Like, I get it. Like, I'm a sea anemone. You're an angelfish. Like we maybe I don't know. Maybe I was shooting too big. I just really like you.
Friends.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, like that's what it's about for me. It's like, like you're just such a good friend, and I just thought like we could like cohabitate, like, but like because I respect you, like, and I care about you, like, I feel like we should, if that's what you want, that's what I want, like I want you to be happy.
Happiness.
Yeah, I knew you'd understand. I knew like you'd feel that way. Also, I got a thing going on with this with the diver. Like, I don't know, like something's going on there. There is definitely some serious, I don't want to say friction or yeah, but it's like the chemistry going on there. It's intense.
Harold.
Yeah, that Harold boy, he's something else. He is something else. But that suit, those bubbles, oof.
Handsome.
So handsome, so rugged.
Yes.
All right, well, I'm gonna go up to the top, see if there's any food floating around.
Save.
I'll see what I can find. Bye. All right, scene. Wow.
I was like, my shoulders.
This, I'm feeling this. It's the most exercise I've done in months. The burning.
Right.
But I don't feel comfortable doing those characters.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
I can switch up to something different.
We'll keep the same. No, whatever you want to do. We're working.
No, I was gonna say I was gonna choose a different challenge for myself.
Okay. I will do the same. All right. This is what I've wanted to do. All right. Cool. And we'll start with we don't need a suggestion. We'll just start. Yeah. Cool.
Have you asked Brianna to go to prom with you?
I did. I sure did. I asked her, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to pick her up, and I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to going to prom for reasons of that a young child would, and kids were kids. I'm not going to do anything.
Good. Did you bring a camera with you for pictures?
I did. I brought my phone. My phone has a camera on it, and I'm gonna take pictures.
How many pictures?
Oh, I don't know. A lot. Maybe like 5 or 10.
Good. And do you have a hotel room picked out for the night?
I do. I think. Oh no. Oh gosh. Boy, you got me there.
Well, tell you what, why don't you take this key and you go have us a good time tonight?
What? Wait, really?
Sure. It's a treat for me. You're taking my daughter out of the house for once.
Oh man, Mr. Stark, I don't know. I'm nervous because you got those energy beams pointed at my face. I'm just worried that maybe I should probably go. I should probably leave.
It's fine. Just make sure you go to apartment 5A and ask for Kevin.
No, I don't know. I feel like I should leave now. I don't want to get vaporized by you and or whatever robot Kevin is waiting for me.
Oh, Kevin's not a robot. That's crazy.
No.
He's an android.
No! All right, scene. What's happening?
I loved how your Jeff Goldblum changed.
Oh. That's okay, as long as I'm not live streaming across the. Oh, I am.
I'm not really sure. It could be. I'm not.
It's supposed to be bad. It's supposed to be bad.
I know.
And that's.
I remember one time I can't, it doesn't matter who it was. I did an impression one time for somebody and who's that supposed to be? And I'm like, oh, it's so and so, and they're like, that was so and so. What was that? I'm sorry.
And that happens a lot. I get that.
Yeah.
I go, it happens.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mike. Are you here? Are you able to jump in and do a scene?
His microphone's muted, so he can't respond, and there's no video there.
Yeah. Oh, here he comes.
Let's
Here he is.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. There. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you guys doing a
resets
scene together? Yeah. Here, you hop in.
Itself and reloads. Okay.
Interesting. All right. I'll see you guys in the other room. Okay. So, working on challenges. Hi, everyone. If you're watching the stream, doing some improv scenes and doing some challenges right now. So, the big thing with challenges, I love challenges. I think this is such an important part of us working on the craft, is find the things you're uncomfortable with. And I'm really uncomfortable because when I'm on camera, I like to do good improv, and I'm working on things that are challenging me, and so I feel like my improv is suffering. So between you and me, I'm feeling a little self-conscious, but I think that's what's supposed to happen. I find it like equating it to the gym. Like, if you look at some of the biggest, most muscular people in the gym, a lot of times they fail at picking up the weight. And that's because they're growing the muscles, right? So they have to fail. So just because they're strong, it doesn't mean that they're going to lift the weight perfectly every time. Most of the strongest people fail at picking up weights a lot of the time. Why? Because they're always picking up weights that are too heavy for them. That's how we grow. So the fact that I feel uncomfortable and hopefully the rest of them feel uncomfortable means that we're not doing our best work because we're not leaning on our strengths. And I heard something really interesting, that our strengths become our weaknesses when we go to them too often. And so when we do that, we really rob ourselves of a chance for growth, because we go, well, I know how improv works best. For me, I'm going to keep doing it the way that I've been doing it because it's working. Why would I change what's working? Right? Well, we want to get better and we want to grow. So we have to fail in order to grow. And even though we practice failure in improv, when it comes to the craft of improv, we don't practice failing that. We want to stick with what works. So that can be challenging. So that's what we're doing. We're doing some challenges, and I'm going to pull them out in a little bit and let Mike get a chance to do his scene with Eric. But wanted to just kind of go over that. I think it's so important. If you are an improviser who wants to get better, give yourself some challenges. Watch the tape. Go back, watch the tape. Look at how you perform and see how you can perform better. Or just make a educated guess based on your performances and what you like to do and change it up. So I did a bad celebrity impression. I found that very difficult to do because I felt my character was, it was just hard. Good. That's good. It's better to have some rough improv scenes because then we can really grow as players. Put ourselves in situations we're not comfortable with. That is what it's all about. All right. So we'll be right back in a little bit. I'm going to pull everybody in from the breakout room. And we'll come up on, it's 9 o'clock. We're coming up on the end of our Monday Night Drop-In. Welcome back. Remember, you're muted when you come back in. Just so you know. Hey, hey.
I feel like I need to work out in Greg's house.
Yeah, what do you got back there? It's like a Peloton? Is that one of these? Greg?
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't get. No, it's an elliptical. It's
Yeah.
It's an Olympic machine. They I got it from an Olympic shop.
Ooh, very nice.
Like really, it's like mountain resistance.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I during COVID I set up a mini gym in my office.
Nice. I'm just. What's that, Cheryl?
Why was that hard for me?
You know,
Beverly.
I'm really glad it was hard. I'm glad it was difficult. I was just telling the folks at home about how I was doing a scene with Eric, and I'm really feeling, in my head about it because it wasn't my best work, because I'm working on a challenge that I really, really needed to work on. It's something that I needed to do. So if you're feeling like that wasn't your best improv work, good. That's a good thing. It means we're working on stuff.
I repeated the last thing that Beverly said. So everything she said, I repeated the last thing.
Okay.
That poor woman talked the entire time. So anything she said, I just repeated the very last thing she said. And it just worked. She made me from another country.
Beverly is great at that. Beverly had recited her husband's vows before her own. That's how good she is.
What's that, Beverly? You were trying to say something? You were muted.
I was just saying that, yeah, it was a good challenge. Her challenge ended up being a good challenge for me because I caught on to what she was doing. It didn't take, I didn't catch on right away, but then I did. Could you tell Cheryl what celebrity I was trying to do a bad impression of?
No, but you did really good whatever you were doing. Your character was, I had no idea what you were doing, but spot on. I mean,
even though I was eating cookies and I said my name was Cookie?
You were Cookie Monster, but I didn't know if you were trying to be like a woman, Cookie Monster.
That's really good because Beverly, you've been a student of mine for a long time, and to see you play a character like that is very different. So that's really good to choose something like that. Awesome. Anyone else have any questions or comments about what we did, how it felt? If it felt uneasy, good. I want to go into, if you have something, just raise your hand, but I want to just go into, because it's 9 o'clock now. Oh, yes, Eric.
I just wanted to quickly say that for those of you who see me do improv quite a number of times, I'm very vocal, usually I have a lot of things I want to say. So one of the challenges I selected was to do one-word answers. And that in of itself was trying to think about words that make sense in context, but also say enough that needs to be said for the other performer to be able to continue the dialogue.
You know, I was in that scene with you, and I loved that. I loved that you did that, because you have so much energy that you can do one word and it carries your character in your scene. So that was nice to see. Yeah, really, really good. Cool. So the thing I wanted to talk about real quick was finding these challenges for yourself. So you can also do this and maybe even help out your fellow players. Although I will say this, there is a rule that I like to follow, and it's called never give your fellow teammates notes ever. And that's the title. And the description is never give your fellow teammates notes ever, unless you have been elevated to the position of coach for the evening, of which case everyone agrees you're the only person to give notes, and you go, I take on the role of note giver, and then you give notes. That's fine. But if no one asked for it, never give your teammates notes ever. Okay, moving on. But if you want to diagnose yourself, or you find yourself in a situation as like a director or an improv coach, and you want to do this for other people, just ask. The first part, you never show them. The other part is the only part that you show them. The first part is, what are they doing that I don't like? That's it. And you never show that to them, because they don't need to see that, because it doesn't help you to know what you're doing that someone doesn't like. It's subjective. It's really just in that person. One improv coach could look at it and be like, I don't like them doing this thing. Another improv coach would come along and say, all I want them to do is this thing. I think it's the best thing for them to do. So it's always subjective. But if it's your job that day, then you go, okay, what are they doing that I don't like that they're doing? Okay. So for example, let's say it's an improviser who is no notes. Yep. Oh no. I'm going to see that. I'm going to see that in person one of these days. Hold it up at shows. So, okay. Let's say someone is talking during an improv scene and they never give their scene partner a chance to talk, right? No one here is doing that. No one has that problem. But let's say it's a new improviser and they're rambling on and on. So what are they doing that I don't like? Improviser is talking too much. That's it. What do I want them to do? I want them to talk less. Pretty easy, right? This is what they're doing that I don't like. This is what I want them to do. So now the hard part is, and you never show them those two pieces. They're talking too much. I want them to talk less. You can't tell an improviser, hey, talk less. You can't really do it, right? It's not fun, because it's like, oh, like, well, what does that mean? But you give them a challenge. You say, I want you to say one word at a time, or I want you to say one sentence at a time. That's the game. That's the challenge for you. And now we're making it fun, because improv is supposed to be fun, first and foremost, but we want to get better at this. So we give ourselves a challenge to make ourselves stronger. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so you can do this with yourself. This is honestly one of the backbones of the way that I like to teach. I never show people they've tried to look over my shoulder. They want to know, well, what'd you write? What was the first part you wrote? What am I doing wrong? Here's why you never need to know what you're doing wrong. Because you're going to pull it out, you're going to look at it, and you're going to go, that's what I'm doing wrong. You're going to talk to your friends at the bar, and you're going to be like, well, when I do improv, my problem is this. This is my problem. And you don't want to, that's not the case. That just happens to be a thing you're in the middle of right now, right? So don't ever, so we never want to give our improv students that, where we go, what you're doing wrong is this. This is your problem, because that's not the case. That's just where they're at right now. We're in these patterns. We all fall into patterns. I fall into patterns. You can be doing improv for 20 years. You still need a coach. I mean, if you want to coach, you don't need a coach, because improv is fun and it doesn't matter. But if you want to figure out and explore and dive deeper in the art form, we're going to fall into those patterns. Our strengths become our weaknesses when we go to them too much. Our strengths are our weaknesses when we go to them too much. So they are good for a time, but if we lean on them too much, they can become a problem, right? If all we have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail, it's kind of the same thing. What does this scene need, and what's my toolbox look like? Okay, ramble over. But that's such an important thing. I'm so excited about that, because when I learned that, it changed the way I taught, and it changes the whole dynamic. And now you get into creating a toxic improv environment compared to not creating a toxic improv environment. Now I'm on my soapbox. Watch, here I go. So tell me, how long does it take for an improv community to become toxic when the method of teaching is just, all right, listen, hey, Beverly, you're talking too much. You just talk too much. Stop talking so much. Do not talk a lot in your scenes, Beverly. Do not talk a lot. Greg, you're standing still. Stop standing still all the time, Greg. How long until you're like, oh, I'm terrible at this, and all you're thinking in your head is, don't stand still, don't stand still, right? That's not a doable action, so it's going to be harder to do, right? It's going to be harder to fix something when you don't have a doable thing. And then that can lead to us not wanting to do improv, being unhappy. And we're like, why are we unhappy? It's not anyone's fault. It's a technique issue. So again, one guy's opinion, just this guy from Delray Beach's opinion. Delray's a village, so I'm technically a villager. I'm just a villager giving you my opinion. Okay? Right? Cheryl, we're just villagers. Beverly? Wait, you're in Lake Worth. You don't... No, I don't. All right, any questions or comments before we go? It's our last class.
I have a comment.
Yes.
Thank you so much for doing this and bringing this online. And I'm glad I found it because it gave me something for me. And hopefully I can get my kid into tutoring. Yes, heart. Hopefully I can get my kid into tutoring on a night and be able to come to some of the live ones.
Cool. I'd love to have you there. Yeah. And thank you. It's my pleasure to do this. And yeah, that means a lot. And Flo, did you want to say something here? Our strengths become our weaknesses when I hold on to my strength. Letting go of our strength can be our strength. Yeah. Yeah. Is that right? Did I say that right? Yeah.
Eric with a heart.
Eric. Okay. I want you guys to know that I am. It keeps me up at night knowing that I'm taking a break. Just so you know, it is.
Does it? Why?
Because I don't like to take breaks, and I really enjoy teaching, and I really enjoy working with all of you. So I am a little heartbroken that I won't be doing this for the next 2 months, but it is necessary. It is necessary for me.
About like June and July, and you'll pick up in August or September.
Yeah, August. We will pick back up in August. We will have in-person classes as well, starting. I want to say September, but it's not. It's not confirmed yet. Old School Square in Delray Beach is going to be hosting us for classes. I'm just waiting for that, Eric. But yeah, so thank you guys very much for being here. Without you, there wouldn't really be a me. So I really appreciate you being here and being students of Improv U. And thanks so much for taking class. And I'll see you soon. All right.
Thank you.
Have a good break, Anthony.
Thank you very much.
Working with y'all, playing with y'all.
You're the best. All right.
All right.
See you guys.
Great. Have a great break.
Thank you.